Alright guys, this is Eric right here. And this is his 240. It is a lovely Sunday afternoon and we're starting on this. It's gonna be a pretty chilly 94-degree weather day today. It's gonna be hot as balls. But in this video, we're going to be swapping the clutch out on his 240. Started making some really bad, like, I don't know what noises, but really bad smell. You can smell the clutch. What? Yeah, and it slips. So we're going to be changing this clutch in this, and he has got a competition clutch, a stage. I don't know what stage it really is, but it's a 6-puck White Bunny upgrade. You can find it on Injuku and all these other auto parts stores. Where'd you get it from again? ECS Tuning? No. Import Image Racing. Import Image Racing, that's where you got it from. But yeah, we're going to be swapping the clutch out. We don't have a lift or anything, so it's going to be a garage build type DIY project. So wish us luck. It's going to be hot as balls today, and hopefully this goes smoothly. Alright you guys, so if you have never done a clutch job in your life, start by jacking the car up, of course, because you gotta get underneath the car to take off the transmission. Theoretically, it's not that hard. I guess the hardest part is just muscling the transmission out of the, like off the freaking block in the engine. And then also putting the transmission back on. I think that's probably the hardest part, is putting it back on. But yeah, start by jacking it up, just like this dude's doing right now. We'll have a lot of room under there to mess around with stuff. Alright you guys, so we've already ran into our first problem. If you guys are jacking up the car and getting super high in the air, like we're trying to do, you have to have the rear wheels like off the ground, but like, yeah, like off the ground. They can't be touching anything. So what we were doing is, we only had 2 jack stands, so we were going to jack up the front, put jack stands up in the front, and then jack up the rear and throw some wheels underneath the rear wheels, just so we can have it off the ground, like the car higher up. But you need the back wheels to be able to move freely, because you have to be able to spin the drive shaft to undo the drive shaft bolts. So I suggest not doing that method. If you have like 4 jack stands, that would be ideal. But if you don't, then I think we're going to still use the wheels, but we're not going to put them underneath the rear wheels of the car itself. We're going to probably like throw them underneath the frame or something. So yeah. Alright you guys, so this is what we've came up with. We got the car all jacked up, as you see. And no, as it looks like the wheel's on the actual tire, but it's not. It's cleared it. We're just gonna have that jack over there, right there. The jack's gonna hold the car up while we undo the drive shaft right fast. We're gonna drain the transmission fluid first. There's like a bolt, not really a bolt, but it's like a 1/2-inch socket looking type of bolt on the transmission itself. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, so I'm underneath the car right now. This is the transmission. As you see, it connects up to the block over there. Well, this bolt right here, undo that to drain it. So we're gonna drain that, and then once we drain that, then we're gonna start taking the drive shaft out. This right here. Start taking that out, and then once we get the drive shaft actually out, then we're gonna drop the car down. We're gonna take the jack out, drop it down onto the tire so it doesn't roll anywhere. So this is like the most unsafe part of the whole process. But the reason why I'm draining it first is because, if you guys don't already know, that once you take the drive shaft out, it starts leaking fluid outside the rear of the transmission. So it's best to just drain it all right now, so you don't have a giant mess underneath here when you pull the transmission out. Alright you guys, so we got the transmission draining, as you see, and now we're about to tackle the drive shaft, get it out the way. If I remember correctly, it's just 4 14 bolts and nuts connecting it to the diff, so that's what we're doing right now. Alright you guys, so I'm underneath the car. Eric's up there messing around with transmission bolts. I'm back here. This is the end of the drive shaft right here. So there's circular right here. And you got 4 bolts around the whole drive shaft. I got these pretty loose right here. And what you're going to want to do to get to the other ones is take the e-brake off and put it in neutral, and then you just spin the drive shaft, and then you can get to the other ones. So I'm going to do these real fast. Alright, so once you get the bolts undone, then the drive shaft just slides right off. If it doesn't slide right off, then you can just take a little sledgehammer and just tap the actual, like, right here. Not the actual, like, freaking drive shaft down here where it's like hollowed out, but the actual steel part. So you guys can see that. So like right here. Just give it a good bop with the sledgehammer a couple times until it comes loose. It should just pop right off like that. And now what I'm going to do, so this is the drive shaft, you guys, is I'm going to pull it back towards me and it'll slide right out of the transmission. And yeah, then the drive shaft will be out and we can further only work on the transmission and just pop the transmission out. Alright you guys, so this is the transmission right here, if you guys don't know right now. So what we've done is we've undone all the bolts, as you see. It goes around. It looks like Eric forgot one, yep, right here. And then this one right here, as you see, it's still working. We should introduce ourselves. Start over here. Yeah. Okay, so gotta do that one, but there's bolts all the way around the transmission, so you gotta get all of them out. 2 of them over here. There's one right there and one a little bit higher. Those are for the starter. So pull the starter out. This is the starter. And once you get those bolts out, then what you gotta do is right here, as you see, this is the cross member. You just undo, these are 17s. You just undo these 17s and the transmission will drop down right here. And because I don't got it connected to the drive shaft anymore. But before we do this, or actually, yeah, I might do this right now. But you have to go up above the car, which will make it easier. Pull your shift boot off for your shifter itself. And there's like 6 bolts up here, and you take those 6 bolts off and pull your shifter out. And that will allow you to actually move the transmission back without your shifter up here getting caught in the shifter hole. So that's what you're going to have to do, you guys. So pull the shifter off, take this cross member off right here, and then we'll take the transmission and try and slide it out, get it out the block. And once it's out, for the most part, then I'm going to unbolt the clutch slave cylinder so that it's not connected to anything, and you don't got to worry about bleeding lines or none of that. So that's what we got to do right now. Okay, while he's taking those bolts off, oh, I see he's slacking over here. Alright, while he's taking the bolts off, I'm going to be pulling the cross member that holds the transmission off. It's right there, if you guys can see it. So, yeah, I'm going to pull those off, which those are 17s. I got my handy dandy Milwaukee zapper gun. So, yeah, I'm going to drop that. And then that's going to cause the, holy shit, bro. And I got it on camera. Here you go. Okay, so those are 17s down here for the cross member. So I'm gonna drop that. The transmission's actually gonna start tilting downwards, and yeah, so it should be a lot easier to actually pull stuff out. And yeah, I'm about to do that right now. All right, guys. So we got the shifter bolts undone, so we can just pop this sucker out right there. And there it goes.
Oh wow!
The shifter. So there you go. As you see, like the fluid's like pretty yellow. It's looking pretty good. That's a sign that Eric's pretty gay. But yeah. All right, you guys, it is the moment of truth. Shifter's out. Everything's done. Eric's underneath the car. He's about to push up on this freaking transmission and try and wiggle it out. I'm probably gonna get a breaker bar or crowbar or whatever, and try and pry it a little bit just so it can slide out a little bit easier. But alright guys, everyone wish Eric luck.
Guys, we got the transmission out at the cost of losing my buddy Josh's life, but that doesn't matter right now. So we're almost done with the competition clutch install. Just gotta take this thing out. It's fucking crushing me, you guys. It's on top of me. And I'm stuck. I'm weak as hell, so I couldn't take it out. I'm about to drop this bitch.
God, dude, it smells like freaking clutch. Like brand ass fucking clutch. Okay.
Do you need help? Oh.
It's off me. Alright, we're gonna take a quick lunch break. Alright, you guys, so we got the transmission out. While it's out, we're going to be swapping out the throwout bearing because this one's basically done. It's freaking spins like that. It doesn't sound all done, but yeah. We're gonna swap that out. Everything's all freaking burnt up. It smells like burnt clutch. But okay, yeah. We're gonna swap out that throwout bearing, and then underneath the car is the clutch itself. So, there it is up there. So, what I'm gonna do now is try and get the pilot bushing out of the clutch. And it's gonna be a bitch, I can already tell. We're gonna try this trick that I've seen online before where you take some bread and you take a socket and you stick it inside the pilot bushing. It's really complicated to explain, but yeah, we actually use real bread to try and do this trick. So I'm gonna try it and hopefully it works. And yeah, we'll get to it. All right, guys, so we're gonna change out the throwout bearing. What he did just now was it literally just slides right off the shaft. So you pull that off. It comes with a little ring thing. Can't grab that. But the ring goes around like this bottom portion down here. So you just pull this ring off. Yeah, see. This fits in that groove right there. But pull this ring off, keep it, and then he's gonna put the socket inside the throwout bearing and press out the little piece. Good.
Smells like burnt clutch.
Yep. And yeah, once you do that, then you have this. Clean this off a little bit, and then you get your new throwout bearing, and then you're gonna repress it back on. What I like to do is take some wood, and then, like, let's say this is the new throwout bearing. You'll lay it down on the wood, and then you put this right on top of it, and you put wood on top of that, or a rubber mallet or something not metal on metal, because I've actually broken one of these on my first clutch job, and it sucked. And yeah, you just basically hammer it down, make sure it goes in straight, and then press it in all the way, and then you've replaced your throwout bearing onto this piece. Alright, you guys, so I'm underneath the car, as you see, and this is the clutch. This is the clutch line going to the slave cylinder. I have it just sitting over here. But yeah, so I think these are 13s, so take 13s off, pull the clutch off, the clutch disc will come off also, and that'll just be the flywheel, and then you can take the flywheel bolts off, pull the flywheel off. Once you do that, then it's ready for your new flywheel and clutch. But first, you gotta get in there. That is a pilot bushing. So we're gonna try and do that little bread trick I was telling you about. The bread's sitting right there. You gotta figure that out. So, yep.
Nice.
What's a catch?
What a catch.
Oof. Let's check out your clutch disc. It looks, I don't know how to tell if it's bad or not. But it looks like a clutch disc. Yeah, it looks like a clutch disc. And then that's your flywheel. So your flywheel's burnt all this shit. Especially right here. So yeah, that's the clutch. That's off. Now you got these bolts right here for the flywheel. And then you got the pilot bushing right here. The little tiny ring. You gotta pop that sucker out. And then the new flywheel, new clutch goes on, and all right.
I've never seen this deep into my transmission, or any transmission.
Holy moly. Let's see here. You can pull this thing off if you want to, but I'm just gonna keep it right there. Yeah, we gotta get this fucker out somehow.
Alright, so we're about to go get the bread.
The bread's already right here.
Let's get this bread. Pro tip, guys, for when you're working on your cars or whatever, have your tools organized. Right? See? So we're gonna use an 11.
I'm gonna start like stuffing bread up in there.
It's gonna put some bread up in there. Up in that John. Yes. Just stuff that in there.
I like that right there.
Yeah, I like that. Demonetized. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for when we actually put the clutch on. All right, so we got the bread in there right now, and we put a 1/4 inch extension inside the socket so that the bread won't slip through. And now
Here's the hammer.
Southern Hooning is gonna attempt to get that bearing out, boy.
Alright guys, so we're putting a new flywheel up. We got the new pilot bearing in. We're bushing. We found some of this old ARP lube from some head studs. Even though these aren't the ARP like flywheel bolts, but we're still using it because it's like torque lube. I've also heard of people using like Loctite. Well, we don't got Loctite, and we have this. So I think I used this on my car when I built it. So for these, I know that you want to, like, when you're actually tightening them down, you do like a crisscross pattern like you do like wheels and lug nuts. And then you torque it down. I don't want to, like, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like 120. I know it's like 100 and something. It's like a pretty high torque number to torque the flywheel bolts down. So, or I have it in a previous video when I built my KA.
Try you thread them in a little first so they don't strip them.
Okay, and then we're gonna pull the torque wrench out and we're gonna torque them. Alright guys, we got the flywheel up. We torqued it to 105 foot-pounds. That's what you found on the internet. It was like 105 to 112 is the range you want. Let me tell you, this thing was, this was something. Freaking, we struggled so hard. We used a, what we did, okay, was we used a crowbar. We had it right through where the starter is. We poke it through here to where it catches the teeth on the other side. So Eric was at the top of the car with the crowbar, holding on the teeth, and I was down here with the torque wrench, torquing these fuckers down. And you torque them in a crisscross fashion like a lug nut. So here, 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 and then there. So yeah, now what we're doing is we're putting the clutch on, so it's right there, the 6-puck, as you see. So we're throwing that on, and we're going to use this alignment tool right here. And yeah, then we're going to tighten the bolts down and get the clutch on, and then we're going to be able to throw the transmission on next. So let's get to it. We got the clutch right there. That's the 6-puck. And then we got the outside, the actual pressure plate thing right here. We got that going up next. So, yep. Alright you guys, it's starting to get a little dark out, but we got the transmission right here. We got the throwout bearing in. I'm not super educated on how you grease this stuff, so don't make fun of me. If you guys want to like really dig deep on forums or whatever and find out about the grease, you can. But what I did was I packed a little bit of grease inside the throwout bearing, and then I greased up the spline, which I've always greased up the spline whenever I do mine. I've never had any issues or whatever. But I think it helps when installing the transmission back. It helps it slide back into the whatchamacallit, the pilot bearing and stuff. That is like the hardest part, besides actually like lining up the spline itself. But yeah, I greased all this up over here, and then underneath the car we got the clutch on and everything, and it looks like we greased up the inside part of that too, like the spline area. So now we're about to freaking die trying to freaking throw the transmission back in. Ugh.